What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode number 36 of The Rise of a Nation, here with FC Edmonton in the Canadian Premier League. Today, we have our biggest match in our history. It's the Candian Championship Final. It is a two-legged affair against Montreal Impact. We start off the first leg at home. I will hope that we can get a good result there. And a week later, we have them in the second leg away from home. So yes, it's a big day, it's a big challenge. It is going to be, of course, the big focus, and the winner, as you can see here, gets a spot in the North American Champions League. Now, we've already qualified for the North American Champions League next year through the North American League. I don't know what happens here exactly. What I think happens is we qualify for the North American Champions League if we were to win this. Not this coming season in 3 months' time, but actually the year after that. And as a result, we wouldn't compete in the North American League next summer. Instead, the runner-up in the Canadian Premier League playoff, assuming that we win the playoff, would be the team that qualifies. I hope that makes sense. Essentially, what we're playing for here, I believe, is the North American Champions League spot for the tournament that happens in 15 months, and because of it, we wouldn't have to worry about the North American League next summer, because we would have already qualified, and instead a Canadian Premier League team that isn't us gets a shot at it. We'll cross that bridge if we get there. It's a monumental task. We take on Montreal Impact. They beat us last year 4-0 across the two legs. You can have a look at their star player here, it's Zuccolini. That should give you an idea of the overall quality of their players. They have very, very good players who, funnily enough, can be paid significantly more than our players. Carlos Mora is one of our best players. You can see here a comparison between him and Zuccolini, who is on, well, about 14, 15 times more money. So that's the disparity between the teams. The reality is that they are valued at £101 million. We are valued at £27 million. It's a big day. It's a big challenge. We're going to try and do our best. Since you were last here, we have played various games. I'm not going to go through all of these, but of course, last episode we won in the semi-final against Ottawa Fury. In the league, I've been rotating the team a lot. You can see that we've been playing games pretty much 2 games a week, and as a result, I've had to rotate the team very, very frequently. This week, actually, most recently gone, you can see we took on Alajuelense and we beat them twice over the 2 legs in the quarter-final of the North American League. But you can see outside of those games, we took on Halifax and Valor very, very close together. And actually for this Valor game, I ended up just chucking in a load of the under-21 players who have never ever played for us and may never ever play for us again. Players like Hanson Hicks. He got his first ever senior goal. I mean, congratulations. Our reserve team managed to get a draw against them, which I guess is a pretty good achievement. Similarly, you can see in the York 9 game, not as vastly rotated, but it wasn't our strongest 11 by any means in that defeat. Despite a few little slip-ups, though, we've continued to go strong in the Canadian Premier League. You can see here, we have played 9 games. We're only 2 points behind Forge. I feel like realistically at this point, we are expecting ourselves to top the group for the spring and summer split. Obviously, the odds massively expected to win. You can see the team of the league. Only 2 players are not our own players. Simply put, over the last 4 years, we have been able to build up a squad that is head and shoulders above the rest. If we just look at the stages here in the overall table, right now Forge sit in second in the overall table, quite a far ahead of Halifax. So this summer, to end the year, very unlikely that we're going to be taking on Halifax. So I feel like that's some progress. Halifax have really not done that great this year. Anyway, I can talk about all these games, but it's kind of in a very standard little run of games. The North American League semi-final draw hasn't happened yet because there's a few other games going on. There is actually a really slim chance that due to the way the fixture congestion works, that Montreal game might get moved. I don't know for certain. We'll cross that bridge if we get there. But regardless, that will be coming, obviously, as the second match of today's episode. In terms of our squad for today's game, we're pretty much at full strength. Unfortunately, Elson Leon has broken his ankle. He is pretty much done for the season now, the 19-year-old. Had been playing, on and off, 7 appearances in the league. He's not played a few amount of games, really. Had been developing okay, but yeah, a super long-term injury for him. The only other player we're without is Baloo here, who's pulled ankle ligaments. He's been very, very hit and miss. He looks like he should be a top draw player for us, but as we experienced last episode, his discipline problems are, they're problematic, simply put. They're a situation, it's difficult to overcome. So we're kind of just not relying on him as much as perhaps you might expect. Instead, it's been Karata at right midfield, who as of late has been doing great. You can see he's played 42 games in all competitions this year. He's played a lot of football. In fact, that's in the last 3 years, but even this year he's played 17 games, which is a lot of football for a player who's only 19 years old, but he has benefited from it. Obviously, you've seen the fixture congestion. I have very heavily rotated the game for our 2 most recent games. So actually, when you look at our starting 11 here, it's pretty much full strength, which I really, really like. Williams is going to be in goal for us today. He has very quickly become our first choice keeper ahead of Connor James as of late. At the back, it's going to be ABZ at left centre-back. At right centre-back, we go with Lucelio, who has developed absolutely superbly so far this year. He is obviously very, very solid too. In the centre, we're going to go with Oyamada as the kind of sweeper and the reader of the play. I feel like his decision-making and his anticipation really leading to be a top-quality covering defender and that tackling. Just a nice little combination there. Mora's going to play the ball-winning midfielder role. Higher up the pitch, we're going to go with Deshays and Mossavat. Mossavat's been a little hit and miss as of late. For Deshays, on the other hand, he has got 10 goals in all competitions this year in 20 appearances free off the bench. That is a crazy goal return from a centre midfielder. We'll hope for more of that today. Out on the right, we've got Karata. Out on the left, we, of course, have Adam Bill, the speed demon himself. Up top, we've got Nick Daly and Hamilton. On the bench, we've got St. Duck, Jose Hernandez, Caden Chung, Lovett, Ace Vado, Liam Fraser. Plenty of big names here. You'll notice that I've got both Chung and Lovett on the bench. Not just because we're kind of short on wide players with Leon and Baloo being out on the left and right hand side, but also because they can both play as fullbacks, and if we do need to change our system, they obviously give us the ability to maybe switch to a 4 at the back if we're struggling. But anyway, enough faffing around. Let's get into this, shall we? Absolutely huge for us. This is scary, I'm not going to lie to you, but let's see how we get on. We're going to be taking on Montreal. They are a obviously fantastic club, a big club, as you've seen from their best player, Zuccolini, significantly better than our best players, but I'm hopeful that with a bit of luck today and some of our big players turning up for the big occasion, and, well, with our home crowd cheering us on, we can have a good performance. Last time we met these guys, we lost them 3-0 and 1-0 across 2 legs in this very competition. So, not the best record going into things. As long as we can defend reasonably well here in this first leg and, you know, have a chance going into the away leg, I'm going to be pretty happy, to be honest. Obviously, we showed last year when we absolutely trounced Vancouver that we can tear apart MLS sides, and I do feel like our forwards are clinical enough to really, you know, cause problems. But at the same time, we have to be at our best here. We are punching above our weight. Make no mistake. Man for man, they have the better team in terms of starting 11. I know the MLS, you know, there's the wage cap, there's all the other restrictions. They still have significantly more money to offer their players than we do. I think it's about 3 or 4 times more the total budgets within the salary cap. Oh my gosh, that's the kind of finish we need. I'm rambling away. Hamilton's doing all the talking on the pitch. It's Kazunori Karata with the ball in. And Jordan Hamilton, I mean, he took some fantastic finishes against Ottawa Fury in the semi-final first leg. Karata here, lone-driven cross, and then, on the volley on his left peg. What a goal that is. 7 minutes gone. We break the deadlock here. Can't afford to get too carried away, but that is sign for optimism. Ball whipped in here. Deshays heads it clear, but only as far as Tader. Ball is blocked as far as Heinz Ike. I don't know if that's the correct name. It's hard to read L's and I's in the 3D match engine, but we need to defend here. Tyder, what's he going to do? ABZ, great tackle there. Mora hoofs it clear to Hamilton. This is the trademark FC Edmonton counter-attack in full force. Daly could be through here. Can he finish it? Yes, he can. Oh my word. It is one of our textbook counter-attacks. And what a finish at the end of it. Jordan Hamilton, goal scorer turned goal provider. Hamilton dinks it forward. Daly springs the offside trap, takes the ball down superbly, and what a finish that is. What a finish that is. If this is to be our final season, this would not be a bad way to bow out, would it, and remember it by. ABZ now with it at left centre-back. He plays it forward to Adam Bill. We look up for this game. We look hungry. It's only 11 minutes in and we're on the attack again. Hamilton, Daly, hit it, my son. Hit it. Oh my god, it's 3-0. This is like Vancouver last year, but instead of it being in the early rounds, this is the final, baby. 3-0. 3 chances, 3 goals. We are... Oh, I mean, I can't afford to get too carried away yet, but I could not dream of a better start to this game. Nick Daly has taken the chances that has come his way. Hamilton took the one chance that came his way. Hamilton and Daly, for the last couple of seasons, have run the show for us up front. 2 very complementary players, one advanced forward, one pressing forward. Together, they make stuff work. Bill brings it forward, hits it. Oh, Zubas, not the most convincing of goalkeeping there. Can we discuss how nice the 3 balls look next to each other there for the 3 goals so far in this game? Daly crosses in, Hamilton heads it into the mixer. No one there, unfortunately, for us on that occasion. I mean, we look so up for this. 60% of the ball after 20 minutes. They are playing very, very narrowly, and it's offering up a lot of space. Hamilton dinked through, hits it, saved by Zubas again. 3 clear-cut chances already. You'd have to say, if we take a few more of these chances, this could get embarrassing. I mean, it's already a little embarrassing for the MLS side. But, no, really, we've been absolutely insane so far in this game. Their players look a little more tired than ours as well, which could prove crucial as the game gets on. Deshays puts it back to Mora. Carlos Mora can hit these. He goes back to Deshays. Now with Lucelio. Deshays and Lucelio, they've just got their own little game out on the right-hand side here. Is one of them going to put it in? Can we just discuss the fact that Deshays has Rabona'd that? I feel like we have to... He's Rabona'd it. He is taking the piss. Pardon my French, but look at this. He's going to Rabona it here. Savour it. I mean, I love that. Just rub it in their faces. Rub it in their faces a little bit. I'm okay with that. I don't even think that's the chance. Go on, Karata. You have a Rabona. Nick Daly with it. Back with Karata here. What can he do? The number 7. He gets tackled actually by Chapman. There could be spacing behind here. Always going to be the risk when our wingers give away the ball. Ball whipped in here. And that is one hell of a finish by Ramon Abila. If we just look at him, by the way, he's pretty blooming good. It's 3-1. Do we start to panic? I don't think so. But yeah, Kazunori Kurata caught out with the ball there. It's always going to be a problem when our wingers give away the ball because they've not got a full back to cover them. That finish, though, it's got to be said, stupendous. And they've got another chance here. Is our 3-goal lead about to diminish right in front of our eyes? Is it about to dissolve? Is a vanishing act about to happen? I sure as hell hope not. They are spreading the play wide, back and forth here. Abila this time heads it wide of the post. Do a little shout. Do a little shout. We've got 10 minutes left of this half, boys. Just need more from you here. Let's see this out if we can. Don't want to change the tactics because they've only had 1 shot on target all game. Chapman, oh my gosh, he hits it just over. Panicking. Deshays has stubbed his toe. Probably doing a Rabona, to be fair to him. I think he can play through that. I'm going to be honest. 2 minutes left of the first half. Do not want to concede another here. On the flip side, if we could get a 4th goal, it would be huge. Bill switches it to Kurata. He cuts inside. Zubas has to get a crucial fingertip on it just to ensure it goes over the crossbar. We're looking good here. Daly whips it in. Hamilton can't quite get his head to it. I feel like this is the point to send to a highlight, but I want to believe something magical could happen. Mora, Oyamada, Bill. Nothing's going to happen, but it doesn't matter. 3-1 at half-time. They did start to come alive in the game as it went on. But what a first half performance that is. I'm going to tell the players I'm very happy. I'm going to tell them that they weren't bad, but I've got faith in them to improve. Looks extremely delighted. Look at that. That's what, extremely delighted. That is my favourite kind of delighted. Let's get this second half going, shall we? Actually, it's not my favourite delight. My favourite delight is Turkish delight. Facts. But in terms of Football Manager, extremely delighted is the best delighted. We have been top draw here. Bill's picked up an injury, a tight groin. I can't really risk it. Lovitz is going to have to come in. He actually played not that long ago for us. His fitness is not 100%. But hopefully he can just come in this game and do a job for us. Mosavat's picked up a booking as well, so he's got to be careful here. The one thing we don't want here at 3-1 up is to, well, concede a second, of course, but get a man sent off. They've just scored another mental goal. Anthony Kreisman. I don't know why I'm rolling the R there. Can we discuss that? Can we discuss that effort? Zafir Taider puts it in and he just hits it on the volley like it means absolutely. They've done that twice to us now. 2 just moments of brilliance. We finish at 3-2 now. I look like a bit of a mug, don't I? I'm going to try to demand more from the players. I've got 2 subs left that I can use. 25 minutes left in this game. Love it with it. What's he going to do? Goes to Mora. Mosavat switches the play to Karate. He gave away the ball once here, but I believe in him and he gives it to Daly. Finish that, please, Nick. We've had a few chances in this game that we've not taken. We took all the chances that came our way early on. Things, as of late, have slowed down a little. We really just need to, in these last 20 minutes, if we get a chance, take it, but just make sure we don't concede another. Mora whips it in. The away goals is not great. Obviously, it could play a factor. Zuccolini brings the ball forward. ABZ reads that really nicely. I don't mind us passing around at the back, but at the same time, it's imperative we don't give it away here. Lovitz brings the ball forward. Inside now to Hamilton. I mean, in some ways, I want Zuccolini to go flying into a tackle and to get suspended. Karata, what can you do, my friend? Dinks in. Hamilton's there. Hits the woodwork. Karata rebound, maybe? What are you going to do? He can't beat the first man with the cross. 20 minutes left. Mosavat on a booking scares me. I am going to bring in Jose Hernandez for him. I've got one more sub if I want to do it. I'm going to take off Deshays. And then I'm going to bring in Ace Vado. I think actually we'll play Hernandez as the playmaker. And Ace Vado as the centre mid on support. I think that's going to be the best course of action here. But yeah, fresh legs in the midfield. I think that's probably where we're losing a bit of the battle here, because they are playing a very narrow system with the centre midfielders. We are asking a lot from our players. Going to demand more with one last team talk. If we could just hold on to 3-2, it would be great. I will be a bit annoyed if we concede to go down 3-3. But at the same time, the wind is very much in Montreal's sails. And, well, there you go. It's the exact same goal again. I don't even know what to say about it. It's a ball whipped in from the wide areas and then a first-time finish from their forward. They've scored the same goal, it feels like, 3 times. How good is Kreisman here? He's not a bad little player, to be fair to him. His 15 finishing has very much been on show. Navillo out wide. I mean, it hurts a little to see. When we were ahead in this game for so long and it's just slipped away from us. Let's just not concede another here. They cross it in. Lucelio heads it clear, only as far as Patterson. We've got 3 men chasing him. Mark your men. Don't just hunt down the ball, please. They've got men over here. Hadji. Oh my, what has just happened? I mean, what a finish. We were 3-0 up after 11 minutes. We were free. I did not change anything, and maybe I should have done. Sherman Cardenas. I think I was clinging on to the fact that a draw would still be a good result, and here we are with 2 goals in the last, 7 minutes of the game to make it 4-3, and it's a crashing back to reality. I mean, we're not completely out of it. We could be if they score again. Williams stops it on this occasion. Please, just get it clear. 4-3, we're not out of it. But it's nothing short of a disaster. Apparently, we were predicted to win. I'm not sure about that. 4-3. 4-3. I mean, there's still time to turn it around. Bill's not going to be out super long. It's not ideal, is it? Very even game in the end. Very even game. Just a few of those chances that if we take it 3-0 up, it's game over. Right, well, I've got to mentally reset. The next game is in a week's time. I'm a little bit shell-shocked, to be honest. But let's just go forward. I need to emotionally recompose myself. Second leg is coming up, guys. Oh my God. I mean, if it's like that leg, who knows what's going to happen. Don't go anywhere. Okay, guys. We're back. My God. I'm not over that last game. That was absolutely madness. You can see we did do the game against Cavalry. I played a completely rotated team. We finished up drawing 2-2. It was a very close game. We came back from behind. I thought, yes, the 2-1 win is ours. Nah, Jordan Brown grabbed 2 in this game. The second one of his to, well, poop on our party somewhat. But yeah, we're back. And I don't know how to feel after the first leg of this final. I do just quickly want to check. I'm certain that away goals are a thing. Yeah, okay, away goals are used. So realistically, we kind of need to win by a 2-goal margin. Montreal, by the way, they are second in the Eastern Conference in the MLS League. So they are a very good team, but that does not make the result of this game any less heartbreaking. They did play, I think it was New York Red Bulls or New York City FC. That's my I don't want my fixtures. I want Montreal's fixtures. If you just look here, yeah, they took on New York City FC. They lost that midweek, so there is a chance that they are going to have some players struggling. Whereas for us, we completely rested our team. The team that we have here, it's the exact same team that played that previous game. I felt like we were the better team to open things out, and we kind of just. Well, you saw what happened. I'm in two minds. Yes, it's easy to say in hindsight, could have gone more defensive and stuff, but against vastly superior opposition like this, when you are on top in a game, when you are having more possession, you kind of just want to stick with what's working. And even at 3-2, I felt like we were having some of the better of play. You know, certainly in the last 10 minutes in hindsight, maybe I could have changed things a little bit more, but at that point, I'd already made all my subs. I didn't have the ability to bring fullbacks on. So, yeah, we're not going to dwell on the past. We're going to go into this game and play the exact same system that did see us have some success on Deshays. Free kick here. Clips it in Mora. Oh, he's got to score that, surely. That was a really good chance of Carlos Mora. He hits it the wrong side of the post. 22 minutes gone in this game already, by the way. I can't see this going to extra time. It's going to be a game that I imagine is going to be settled in the 90 minutes. Nick Daly, free kick from miles away. He can't seriously be shooting from there. Now we hope the keeper just boots it straight at our player. I mean, it nearly happened, to be fair. But yeah, we're looking for a 2-goal deficit win here. Or a 4-3 win. Whatever way you look at it, we need goals today. So there's no point in being conservative. I want us to stick with what we know. And Daly and Hamilton have been in fine form. Hamilton, you've got to score this. Big match, big moments. It's blocked. Bill has it. He gets dispossessed. That was a clear-cut chance. Unfortunately, he just couldn't get the shot away. Golden opportunity. The best chance of the whole half. You can see 65% of the ball. They've had one shot on target all half. It's been so good for us, but there's not been enough created. Mossavat's been poor again. I'm going to tell the players, show me something else in the second half. They all look fired up. Yeah, Mora's not the best of games, but I'm mostly looking at Mossavat. And actually, I'm going to make a very early change here. I'm going to bring in Ace Vado. I really, really like Ace Vado. He's just such a well-rounded player. And I think as a centre mid on support, with the exception of his concentration, he's pretty good at this role. And it's what we need him to do here. He's not a player who loves big matches, but what he does offer us is a player who's a little bit more defensive than Mossavat, but can definitely contribute going forward. And I feel like he's the man who can maybe do the business for us here. Anyway, early chance to start this half. As soon as we concede one, we kind of have to start panicking and thinking about going more attacking because we would need 3 goals at that point. We really need to score first in this game. It's Ace Vado, the sub, brings it forward, tries to play the through ball there to Hamilton. It was not great. We apply pressure high up the pitch here. There could be space in behind if we're not careful. Bila is going to look to exploit just that. It's now with Kreisman, who got 2 in the first leg. Oh my gosh, what a save by Williams and what a tackle that is by Lucelio. I have no idea how he's managed to get that, but he has managed to get that and bail us out a little bit. Cardenas now with a free kick, gives it to Hadji. Number 41 for them. He goes all the way back. I don't mind this, it's just the big ball over that we have to be wary of. ABZ reads it. He gets it forward to Hamilton. This could be the FC Edmonton counter-attack in full force. Hamilton brings it forward down this left-hand side. He crosses it in. Daly could be there, headed away. Out with Karata though, and well, he's never going to win the ball in the air as Karata, but when it's at his feet, you expect him to do magical things. The number 7 here. Forced to go away. Back with Deshays. They've got their own little game going on. We need to get the ball forward here, and we're going to do that to Adam Bill, who runs at his man, cuts inside, gives it to Karata. Hit that, my son. Have a go. Tight angle. Pass it to Daly. Daly's got to score. He does score. Huge, huge goal. 23rd of the season. Karata. I was telling him to shoot. It was a very tight angle. He made the right decision. That is why he is a professional footballer, and I am a football manager. At that moment there, I thought, oh, shoot, but actually, he holds it up so well. Daly's movement to the near post is superb, and a really, really composed finish. He could have very easily panicked first time and smashed it wide. Instead, just took a second, looked up, confirmed in his mind where the goal was, and scored. They're now switching to a really, really defensive formation. Really defensive, very negative. They are going to go with a one-man up top system, and actually, knowing that they're playing this now, I'm going to bring Mora forward, which is a change I don't think we've ever done before. They look extremely disinterested after their talk as well. I'm going to do a shout of demand more here. Keep this motivation going. Keep the players focused. We need another goal. There is not a lot of time left in this game. 15 minutes. I've got to go more attacking, haven't I? I've got subs. Hamilton's not been great. I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring in the Duck. One last sub. Who would I change? Mora maybe? But I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. Well, hold on to the last... I was about to say hold on to the last sub for now. Is there any point in doing that at this point? Not really, no. There's not, is there? Right, let's just go with this. I'm going to go with the one change. Maybe with 5 minutes left, I'll change things. We're going to more attacking here. There's a chance. Deshays, free kick. Crosses it, hits the woodwork, and goes over. Oh, I can do another shout. I've got to commit more men forward. We're going to be leaving space in behind, but I'm going to move Karata and Bill forward. In fact, I've lied. I've got to roll the dice here. I've got to roll the dice. It's a dangerous, desperate last move in truth. But we're going to play Ace Vado and Deshays. To be honest, one of the centre-backs could probably go further forward at this point. Lucelio will have as a defensive midfielder on support. I've got to commit men forward. We just need a goal from something. There is no point in shorter passing or working it into the box. We've got to play quicker. We've got to hit early crosses. No nonsense here. Not distributing to the centre-backs. Over the defence. Over the defence. Just kick it long. Get it up quickly. It's just one last roll of the dice. And it's probably going to backfire spectacularly. But we do not have time to worry about that. We've just got to do what we can do here. I think that is all that we can do. Right. There's no time. There's just no time. There's another crap team talk done by their manager. There's 5 minutes left. I've done everything I can. There's 3 minutes left. There could be a chance. We're committing so many men forward at this point. I can only anticipate it's going to be a goal against us. But I want to believe. Chapman here. Acres of space for Creasman, who hits it. Saved by Williams. I mean, there's still time. There's still time. That was a golden opportunity. They have another effort. Williams stops it again. Now we have to try and make something happen here. There's just no time. There's just no time. It's going to finish here. 1-0 on the night, but it's just not enough. I mean, that's a little bit heartbreaking, isn't it? To lose on away goals to MLS opposition like that in the Canadian Championship Final. Oh, we pushed them so hard as well. I can't believe how hard we bottled that first game. I can't even pretend it's not a complete fuck up by me. I know it's easy to say in hindsight. I feel like we are massive underdogs. going into that game. We're taking on the second biggest team in one half of MLS. I mean, what was the board expectation? I'm not sure. What was the board expectation? I feel like it was maybe reach the semi-final. Yeah, reach the semi-final. I can't believe we lose on away goals. That is genuinely heartbreaking. I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say after that. Anyway, you can see in our North American League game, we've been drawn against Plaza Amador. I don't know if we'll do this game just because they're not very good, frankly. They're a team that we should probably be beating very convincingly. Something that I think could be echoed for all of the North American teams. What I'll probably do is what we've done for a lot of this year. I'll do the first leg. If it's still close, we'll come back if I'm confident. Obviously, we won't. With that in mind, we may well come back for the North American League final or the Canadian Premier League playoff final, whichever comes soonest. You can see there's only 1 month left of the season, but in the next month, we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 games in a month. And there could be a few extra games slotted in there as well. It's going to be a bit of a mad month, but the league is wrapped up really in terms of our spot in the final. I'm going to use it as an opportunity to rotate players and improve a few other players. The only silver lining through all of this that I can think of is that at least we're now in the North American Champions League final through the North American League. You know, although, yes, we have lost the final, the actual reward we get for this, we're already, hopefully on course to get next year and this year already. Really, it was just the bragging rights to win the Canadian Championship that would have been all so nice. Man, I cannot believe how that first leg went. That is just beyond heartbreaking, really. Beyond heartbreaking. Anyway, I'm going to try and emotionally recover from that. I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching as always, folks. It is me, Jack. And I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.